Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Literally, I've just managed to get some things printed in regards to, if you don't know, Unai Emery'S officially been announced as the Arsenal manager. He's had his first press conference. His English wasn't so great, but I applaud that he had a good goal. And regardless of what language you speak, football is an international language, and what he said speaks volumes with me. So yeah, like I said, I've printed off some things he said, some questions he's been asked, and I like his answers well. And at the same time, I don't want to read too much into players' futures on the back of what he's mentioned about a particular certain English midfielder that's not going to the World Cup. Let's crack on. My teeth are hurting. I can't wait till the dentist finish this root canal, man. But anywho, what most attracted you to this project? Any other offers? What would be successful for next season? Obviously, next season. It's also important to remember, interestingly, apparently, Unai Emery met with Stan Kroenke and his family in Atlanta weeks ago. So, boy, it just proves, remember what I tell you guys, we don't know when these things are happening. We can only comment on what we see. But anywho, I had 3 fantastic meetings in terms of who was at those meetings. First, I met with Ivan, Raul and Sven. They analysed me as a person and as a coach, and I thought it could be an option for this team. I have to say, after a 3-hour meeting, I thought I could be an option for this team. I have to say, after a 3-hour meeting, there was a fantastic chemistry between us. That came simply from the fact it was Arsenal, wonderful history, and I hope there could be a new future for the club. The second meeting was with the owners, the heart of the club. They transmitted what the fans wanted, and I felt a positive energy. My third meeting was in Atlanta, and again, I had this fantastic feeling. Everything had been so positive in terms of the challenge, which makes me very proud and is a great opportunity to grow, he proceeded to say, people. Success would be developing, and that's about battling for every title. It's in Arsenal's history, and it's in my history as well. I like that answer. We want to be among the best sides in Europe. I want the team to make the fans proud of the side. I know they're already, but I want to make them even more so. So that's someone that wants to get Arsenal back to previous glory days, someone that wants to raise the standards of himself and of the players and of the club. And they already know the fans of every club have high expectations. This is what you want to hear. Throughout the thing, what I like about him, he didn't overpromise, but he spoke well. Like I told you guys before, whether you agree with his appointment or agree with his philosophy at times or not, when someone speaks of conviction in whatever they believe in, you have to give them a chance. I personally think he's going to work wonders for the club, man. Some people, again, have misunderstood me. Think even though I can critique certain things, mean I'm hating on this appointment and things. It could have been a lot worse. And he, like I said, I like what he's saying. How would you describe your style of football? He's asked. In my career, I'm very demanding. Again, what I like to hear. For all, demanding of the players, and also my idea is to be a protagonist of all of the match. That's what I like to hear too. We can play against teams with this personality. I think the history here shows they love playing with possession of the ball. I like this. And when you don't have possession of the ball, I want a squad very, very intense in pressing. It's two things that are very important for me. Being a protagonist, possession of the ball and pressing. What have I told you guys before? Like I'm not trying to say I know it all, guys, because I clearly don't. But you've seen, those of you that have been here long enough, I've spoke. You too, you guys too. You've spoken of pressing. This is what we want to hear. You're seeing every team do it. We can't do it properly. Interestingly, Aubameyang, Lacazette to a degree, Mkhitaryan to a degree, Mesut Ozil for sure, Aaron Ramsey, that bodes well for them players I've just mentioned in terms of pressing high, because that's all in their skill set. The likes of Xhaka, you might have to see another role, slightly different role and things like that. It doesn't mean man are going to discard you or anything. So yeah, Bellerin even as well, like if you can pattern up defensively, it could be a mad thing for this. But anywho, what are your targets? Do you need to spend a lot? I believe in the players we have here. Now, we've got, obviously, he might be saying true words, but we need to remember it's the transfer market. You need to play coy when you can, when you're asked these sort of questions. I believe in the players we have here. We can grow with these players, and the objective is to work hard with these talented players, to work to be a candidate for all titles in the future. That is very important for the club. After 2 years outside the Champions League, to work towards this, to arrive and to be the best team in the Premier League and also the world. Now, we can never be the best team in the world, but if you're not striving to be the best, then what are you doing? When asked about Mesut Ozil, what do you think of him? He's one of the biggest talents at Arsenal. My man, Coco Bread. And I want talented players here. I want to spend time with him and all the players. I want to speak with them about how inspired and excited I am to be here. And I want the players to feel that as well. This is a wonderful project and we all need to give 100%. What have I told you guys before? Anyone who does not want to pull for the collective needs to be out of the door. Now, Aaron Ramsey is saying you're going to be a key player of his, allegedly. Hopefully you signed a new deal. Let me check. I ain't missed nothing out for you guys so far. Not enough interest really there. Cool. Yeah. Cool. I'm not really going to talk about what Ivan said, man. To be honest. Jack Wilshere. He spoke about Wilshere. Where are them notes, man? Oh, yeah. When asked about Wilshere, he said, I don't want to speak about any of the players today. We think we need to change little things. Today I want to work, want to speak. I think there's a comment there. Want to speak globally for the squad. So that's playing coy. He's not throwing any promises and things like that. Allegedly, Wilshere is close to signing a new deal. We'll see what happens on that front. What are your immediate priorities? Now to know you and all the conversations with Ivan and people who work here to give me all the information about the club. I know all the players. I think they are very important, and I want to speak individually with them face to face. That's what I like. He wants to build a repertoire between the players. He wants to be an honest man. That's what you need. You need honesty in any sort of work, which regardless of what you say about Wenger, you can't say a man wasn't honest with his players. That's what you need. You can't be deceitful with players, whether you're going to play them, whether you're going to sell them, whatever. Everybody respects honesty because it's one of the hardest things to do in life, especially when you necessarily like the person and things like that. But that's what you want to hear. So yeah, man. He also thanked Wenger for his legacy. He's also said his English is not the best, but I appreciate the effort, man. So yeah, man. Have we missed anything else out? Oh, something about Guardiola. Are you relishing beating Guardiola or Jose at last? Have you spoke to any other Premier League managers now? Him and Pep are cool. He's previously got out words with Jose. In terms of my past experience, it makes me feel stronger and also allows me to have a guide to my future trajectory. I'm very excited to be here against top coaches and top teams, and I have to say the Premier League now is right at the top. I speak with a lot of coaches. Those conversations are private, but now I'm here with all the information is welcome. That's decent from him, man. So yeah, man. That's what you like to hear. He didn't overpromise. Obviously, he said more. If you want to go and check them, just go on Arsenal.com and you can see everything down to him walking in the change rooms and everything. But yeah, while he didn't over-deliver, the worst thing you can do in life is, a lot of people do in life, is overpromise and under-deliver. At worst, he said that we're going to try and pattern. If we work hard, we'll take it from there. We need to improve defensively. He didn't really say that, but we need to improve from pressing, out of possession as well. So hopefully we're going to improve out of possession. We're going to improve with the ball. And I say with the ball because we're a good side with the ball. But I say by our own standards because the fluidity's gone a bit. Whether that's with the confidence from the last 18 months, I don't know. But bring that back in. Off the ball, we need to be, whether it's defensively, whether it's pressing from the front, which we can really say, even though it's attacking players, pressing from the front is defensive because you need to defend from the front. You need to. You see Liverpool do it. You see City do it. You see Leicester sides do it to effect. And we don't do it consistently together. We need to learn that from the front to the back. It makes everybody's job easier in that aspect. So if we can see that, if we can still, on top of what the points I've said, if we can see young players getting chances, obviously I'm not saying throw in hella kids, but yeah, man, he seems someone that understands the values that, he let's not pretend he's an Arsenal genius, he's not going to know that, but he's trying to learn the thing about Arsenal in the future and he wants to be here. He's also spoken, he didn't want to say it in words, he wants to be here as long as Wenger. He said previously coaches of all around the world desire what him and Ferguson had, so maybe he's here for the long stay. Like I said, I give the new manager 3 years, like I've previously told you guys. We need to see progress. Immediately we need to get back in the top four. Now if we miss out on the top four, I know it's hard to say, but in better circumstances, for instance, if we finish 5th next season, but we've missed out by a point or something and there's progress, we've improved defensively, all the points we need to, and all of them things, then you cut some man a slack. But for a man of his calibre, with the things in Europe, from a good season, I'd say top 4 in Europa League, like we're trying to get this year immediately, and then we take the next 2 years as it comes. There's some young players I'd like to see bolted into the side, Maitland-Niles and Reece Nelson, and you've seen the lot, Mavropanos, all these sort of guys that could get chances if they play their cards right. So yeah, man, give the man a chance. I can't understand why some people are continuously just bashing everything. We need to give the club credit where it's due at the same time as well, because myself included, all of us, we thought the club weren't really doing this and that, but it appears they've done their due diligence, man. So they've 10 plus managers. Wenger's been here for 22 years. Regardless of what you say about the man, you can't really discredit the club for being too cautious to a degree. So yeah, man, there's nothing more to be said. I look forward to seeing how they shape up in pre-season. I like to see what he gets up to now. The next topic will probably be reviewing his transfer market and seeing what he does in the transfer market in that aspect. He's worked under a similar model with Seville, with Moki, I can't say his name, you guys know, but he's worked under a previous sort of model with him, director of football. There's Spen here and there's Sanye here. So he's working on the similar thing. So if my man Sanye can do his thing with the contracts, we can identify players, and he's actually not a manager. He's been called a manager. He's been called a head coach. So if he does that, improves these players, it could be wavy. Let's not be too optimistic too quick. Let's see how we go. I don't really want to judge a man on the first real month of the Premier League because players are still getting fit and that, and it could get worse before it gets better. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't think that will happen, but we need to keep things in proportion because we don't know what's going to happen in our first life post-Wenger. Not that I'm trying to oversell that sort of thing to you, but yeah, we'll take it as it comes. Shout out to Unai Emery for getting the job. Stand behind the man. Yeah, man, let's see where the season goes, man. I mean, we might be in the very same spot which we've been in for the last couple years or so, depressed and that. I shouldn't say that word, forgive me, because, yeah, man, there's people going through some real stuff. But on that note, guys, deluded, YouTube's and Golo, man, let me get you guys here, man, I'm out.